Hey, I'm Candace, your host, and if you're ready to grow your business and build your authority by getting booked on podcasts, I've got something special for you. I'm launching a brand new course that will walk you through exactly how to get booked on podcasts. Everything from identifying the right shows to pitching, preparing for interviews, and leveraging your guest appearances for growth. Plus, if you sign up for the waitlist now, you'll get early access to the course and these special bonuses. When you officially enroll in the course, you'll save $50 and get a free one-on-one strategy call with me to help you prep your speaking points and align your offers. These bonuses are limited and end on April 13th, so make sure to sign up today. Head to the link in the show notes to join and get started on your podcast guesting journey. I can't wait to help you get booked and start sharing your message with the world. Now let's dive into today's episode. All right, welcome back for season 4 of the Better Brave podcast. I'm Candace. I'm your host. I'm really excited for the vibe and for the new year, but I know that we are going to be bombarded, or we already have been bombarded, with all the things about new year, new you, set goals and New Year's resolutions and all of the things. I'm just going to say it. Let's just not do that. Let's do this instead. Let's sit with ourselves a little bit more. Let's do some reflecting. I'm going to give you my 3 steps that I use and I have my clients use and the people in my Aligned Business Collective membership use. So let's talk about how we're going to get there. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is just sit down and journal. I like to call it a brain dump. We have a lot of chatter in our brains. We're probably in charge of a lot of people, whether you're a parent or not. You probably take care of a lot of things and a lot of people in your life. That's going to take up a lot of brain space. So the first thing I want you to do is to find a little time to journal. And I call it a brain dump. We have so much chatter, so many things we're in charge of and that we're taking care of that sits in our brain and takes up a lot of space. Whether you realize it or not, it is taking up so much brain space and we only have a finite amount of that space. So if we're taking it all up, our brain's not going to be able to figure out the next pieces or create the next part of your plan. Okay. So we're going to brain dump. We're just going to write everything we're thinking about, whether that's grocery lists or to-do lists, whether it's things you need to research, things you need to learn, if it's a list of goals, whatever is floating around in your head, there's no right or wrong answer. Go ahead and write that out onto paper. Whether it takes you 60 seconds, whether you're doing 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. The act alone will be big. And when we get all these things out, now we can start to look at it with kind of an objective eye. And we can do the second step, which I like to call prioritize, because we can't do all those things at once. So take a look at the goals you wrote down or the dreams you have, those pieces that excite you. I had some really great coaching calls with the coaches that I was the mentee and not the mentor. I had some great coaching calls where I was the mentor as well, but I'm going to share some from when I was seeking the advice and help. And one of them, I had the call thought about in my head. I knew why I was booking the call. It was that I was going to have her help me make this like 2-month marketing plan, and it would be just nice and tidy, wrap it with the bow, we'd be done. And that is not what happened on the call, but what happened on the call was absolutely perfect and was exactly what needed to be done. She had asked me, okay, but you don't sound that excited about any of this stuff. What would you do for fun? What excites you? What would you do for free all day, every day? And honestly, I couldn't answer her right then and there. I was kind of feeling indifferent about each of the things. We were talking about different things that I help my clients with, updating their websites, helping them publish journals on Amazon KDP, helping people with their podcasts. And each of those things, I was not like overly excited about any of them, but I wasn't not excited about any of them either. It took me a few weeks until the answer finally came to me. It was like one of those light bulb moments. It's like, what would I do for free? It dawned on me that I've been running my own podcast now, over 150 episodes, basically doing it for free because I enjoy this. I love this part. This is the one thing through all the shifts and changes and burnout that I haven't stopped doing. Been putting out like 48 to 50 episodes a year for 3 straight years, it dawned on me that this is the thing. So you might see in my content, if you're following along on social media or things like that, that I might lean more towards sharing more and more about how you can set up your own podcast, how you can edit your own podcast, or how I can edit it for you, or how I can help you produce and brainstorm topics and ideas and a plan for your podcast, because that is the thing that is really exciting to me. And I like it for a variety of reasons. But anyways, I'm just using that as an example so that you can look at your list once you've done your brain dump, so that you can prioritize and look at the pieces that you are excited about. So many times we want to, and this is what I was telling her on that call, and I've had other people, my clients tell me I need to make money and I'll do whatever it takes to do that, but you're not really excited about anything, but you just are doing the things you think you should because your brain is like, I think this will be how I'll make money. In the entrepreneurial world, I can tell you firsthand, if you don't have belief and excitement and a passion for the things you're doing, it's not likely that the finances are going to come with. It's much more likely that that's coming with when you are in your zone, when you are just fired up and excited and passionate, which is how I feel about podcasting. But I didn't notice that until I took that little break. Also, if you've been here this whole time, you know I took the last 6 weeks off of 2024 and producing new episodes because it was just on my heart that I needed a break. I needed some room, feeling like I had to keep creating every single week, and I just needed some space. And I think this was a big lesson that I needed to learn was this is really important to me. This is what excites me. And so I hope that me sharing my story, an example of this, can help guide you when you're on your own looking for those pieces in your own journey too. And then once you figured out that one or two things from your brain dump that kind of stand out that are going to be your focus, your priority, because again, we can't do them all. We can't be running at 100% on all cylinders in every single area. That's just going to lead us to burnout. And I don't want that for you in 2025. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for anyone, not even my greatest enemy. Okay, we're going to break it down now because we need to take some action. We need to have the belief. We need to have that inner work that's going on, but we also need to take some action. And so I want you to think about how you would act if you were the person that already had this goal. Fast forward yourself in time and space, take a quantum leap if you can. Think about if I'm the person that already achieved this, what kind of actions would I be taking? Because those actions are going to be so much different than when we're focusing on, I don't have that goal yet, but I want to get there, but I don't have it yet, but how can I get there? Those actions are extremely different. So if you can kind of flip that thinking when you are figuring out or deciding what actions to take, having that lens is going to be huge. Now, if you're thinking, this is great, I don't want to journal, I don't want to sit with myself, I don't want to do that, I'm just going to call you out right now because I think we all need to be called out a time or two. I know I do. I don't give advice unless I take the advice. And oftentimes I share with you what I needed and I share it with you in the delayed version because I have worked through it. So I needed to be called out by a few of the coaching calls that I had booked. And I did, thankfully. I found the right people that I booked them with them because I knew that they would be blunt and straightforward. And so I'm just going to say it. If you don't feel like journaling, if you don't feel like sitting with yourself and thinking about these things, the reason for that is because you're scared of what you might find out. I will tell you right now that the things that our brain is afraid of, more than likely, it's not that scary once you get into it. And you're just prolonging it by not sitting with yourself and kind of pushing these dreams away, pushing your emotions away and not sitting with that than you are if you were to just sit with it. You would move through it so much faster. Just trust me on that one. So I challenge you to get uncomfortable. I challenge you to sit with yourself. There's a reason that you don't want to, whether that's to admit that life isn't how you thought it was going to be, whether that's to admit that you do have dreams and goals that the people in your current life are probably going to think you're dumb for having. I've been there. The people in my membership have been there. We get it. You're not alone in this. If you need support, you reach out. Go to the link in my bio. I have my membership link there, or you send me a DM because you are not the first person to feel like this. Once you realize that and know that other people felt like this, it just makes things easier because we like to think we're the only one that this is happening to, but we're not. You're not. Okay. And your dreams and goals are valid and they matter. And I know they wouldn't be on your heart if you weren't capable of figuring them out. And if you weren't supposed to follow them for a possibly unknown reason to you right now, it will reveal itself as you walk that path. Step into our full power. Step into the version of yourself that you want to be. There's no magical bar that you need to hit to get to be that person. You can just be that person today. You can decide. That means when someone asks you, what do? You answer them, I'm a podcaster. I'm a entrepreneur, right? For example, I taught for 13 years. This is my third year out of the classroom. I am finally no longer answering people that ask me what it is I do with the response that, oh, I'm a former teacher. I used to teach. That's not the answer anymore. The answer now is that I'm an online business manager and a podcast producer and a wholesale entrepreneur. Yeah, it's long. It's not as neat and tidy to just say that I'm a teacher. And it doesn't feel like society is as accepting as when we say, I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I'm an accountant. But if that's your path to not fit the mold, then that's your path. And you get to mold it however you want it to make it. All right, that feels like the end. That feels good. I hope you're feeling good. Buckle up for 2025. We've got a lot of great episodes and a lot of great guests coming your way. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. If you're ready for podcast mentoring, whether it's setup, editing, planning, or guesting, you can book a one-on-one call with me through the link in the show notes. I hope you feel seen, inspired, and like your dreams and goals are completely valid, because they are. See you next Tuesday.